film as an art form, is that good enough? Is that what you're trying to preserve?
Have you noticed the Stoic building tucked away in the hills of Valencia, a few minutes from College of the Canyons? That's where the UCLA Film Archive is located. Patrick Lockney, the director of the Packard Humanities Institute, took KHTS on a private tour of the film vaults and explained the importance of the work they do there.
I want to hear the sound because that's where they made movies. Will people 500 years from now be happy to see a movie like Gone with the Wind or Wizard of Oz that people in our generation or before thought were really a pinnacle of a movie as an art form, going to be satisfied with something less than what people saw? And some people think it's about 80% of the visual imagery on a 35mm print is lost in the transformation process to digital. And already we've had two different groups side by side looking at different films for two different purposes here, not about entertainment, but about trying to look at something and see, is this good? Do we have to do this reel over? Or is there something wrong with it?
The Institute works to preserve and restore films and then aims to make them accessible to the public.
People who made the movie made it because that image was going to be that size, and so they would have things going on in the image and corners, the center, that were all part of the story they're trying to tell. These are old projectors. I don't know the exact year, but they're probably 70 years old.
David Packer, who was the head of the Packard Humanities Institute, handpicked how the building was designed and decorated.
David Packard wanted a building that conveyed to someone walking into it or driving into the parking lot first and then walking in the building to understand the sense of the importance of the work that goes on in this room. Multi-level building, usually 2 stories, with a walkway covered by part of the building with columns supporting the facade of the building so people could get out of the sun.
In the past, movies have been digitized and the original film has been tossed. Patrick asked the question, if film is indeed an art form, is what we preserve from classics like Gone with the Wind and Wizard of Oz good enough for future generations?
And a lot of movies that you and I know and have seen in the past won't really survive in the form in which people saw them originally. That's what this center is about, is trying to establish a baseline in terms of the infrastructure that would be acceptable for preserving or doing the ongoing work to preserve this kind of media for future generations.
Kimberly Beers and Sandra Fergozo, KHTS News.